Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Wide Podcast, where we discuss business, fun, law, and everything in between. My name is Val.
I'm still Hansen.
Nothing has changed.
Same.
Good to have you here.
Good.
Unaona sasa? Unaona ukiambiwa? Unaona now when the tables are turned? Unaona ukiambiwa hivyo? Hey, good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have myself here.
Na sound kama nani? Na sound kama ni Snoop Dogg ama ilikuwa artist mgani huyo alikuwa anatoa speech after kupata award. I want to thank myself. I want to thank me.
Yes.
For working this hard.
But it's true, by the way.
It's true. Yeah, it is. I want to thank me. Even me, I'm glad to have myself here.
Okay.
Since you don't seem like you're happy to have me here.
No, you're happy to have you here.
How are you?
Salama. How are you?
Good. Wiki nakupeleka aje?
Like this, like that. Lakini mambo ni mshike. Steve Smabwe anasema nini?
Mimi najua mefi mushkila.
Wachana na mefi. Sijui mambo ni hiyo ongea Kiswahili.
Msheke.
Something I don't know.
Hata mimi sitaki kusema ni bucha. Ni kubucha. But we know babes like chicks enjoy like that. Your Kiswahili. No, it's because I remembered something that I can't say on camera. That's why I've laughed. Yeah, chicks like that. I remember even when we were in Campo. Hey, there was one. Disclaimer, I'm not the one who was interested in him, but he just used to drive chicks crazy. And he's a member of our profession.
Anaongea Kiswahili mufti.
Cha kikosi kile. Sijui alikuwa
Banati wewe.
Mrembo.
Nimekumaindi. Ninakudai.
Mrembo. What do you used to say? Na unapendeza kweli. Ule ulie naye ana bahati. Something. Wewe wasichana wana blush huko. It is a thing. Kiswahili lakini. Sio ulikuwa unasema kati ya dem na Kiswahili ni ngumu kama wewe si Mswahili.
Difficult. Ni aje? But that's what
Kiswahili. Kiswahili hiyo ni
kuna venye. La sheng ni hard, but Kiswahili, but consistently creating sentences in Kiswahili, proper Kiswahili.
Lakini Waluya huko
na speech. No. Moja sitatoka.
Lakini Waluya hii mko nayo. Hiyo mnaweza sema Kiswahili. Ile Kiswahili yenu ni a level of its own.
No, but inalingana umegrow happy pia. Unajua kuna zingine no. As I said, but mimi Kiswahili changu sidhani kama kimefika pale.
Mbona unaweka accent?
Na si hivyo ndio watu wa Kiswahili wanaongeanga ama? Kiswahili changu.
Lakini hivyo ndio hao wanaongeanga like hao waweki accent wewe una force.
Kwa sababu tunachoma wanaongeanga.
Unajua utajua Kiswahili si Kiswahili TZ. The last time I was there. Hey, Kiswahili kimekupiga chenga. They can hit. You mean sijaelewa? Sijaelewa. Nyi watu wa Nairobi nyinyi mnapenda kujifanya muongee Kiswahili sijui nini. Hata sijasikia, nimesikia tu watu wa Nairobi peke yake. Hizo vitu zingine unamwambia arudie. Basi unanunua nini? Naona Coastarians ni the same, like they have that nini attitude, like very laid back, like slow living, like hawana haraka. Bado unajua ni ukweli, pressure ya nini?
Ishi tu maisha.
It's interesting.
Walete Nairobi siku mbili tuone kama wataenda kuishi.
Hawezi survive. In fact,
na siku ngapi?
The cousin of mine who she says Nairobi ni sawa. Wacha abaki penye yako. Kama uko peke yake ndio kuna pesa, ni sawa. Kaeni uko na pesa yenu. Mimi sikuji. She can't like go to Tao hivi by herself. You leave her there. Ambia Kai. Uko hata mtu anavuka barabara. We went to Tao with her one time. Nilisema never again. She slowed me down.
From Coast.
No, she's not from Coast. She's my cousin. That's not from Coast.
No, like she. That's what she lives.
No. Like in Kericho, Naivasha, blah blah blah.
Kericho pia mnasema. Kericho. Huyo acha nisiongee sana lakini tuendelee.
Please usichome sana. Unajua hapa tuko nini? Can I tell you a fun fact? Me please, nataka kukwambia fun fact ndio wachane na hiyo story. Ukiendelea hivyo. Naona tukitoka hapa kama tumekosana.
Alishinda kuvuka barabara na ametoka.
Singoja.
Ndio endelea.
I know they are my people, but ile time mara ya kwanza escalator ilikuwa West Side Mall.
Na nakumbuka ulisema hiyo story, I think in some episode hapo nyuma. Walikuwa wanaruka kwa nini?
Escalator. Mtu ana ride hapo ni kama ni game.
There's a nini called Rupas in LD, ndio?
Rupas. I think that's like a
mall. I also saw that.
Hey, escalator changanya wakali bana.
Hiyo kitu inaleta shida, wanaruka na wanacheka inaobamba. So I can imagine hiyo speed ya barabara hapa Nairobi inaweza leta shida kidogo.
Si ndio?
Inaweza leta shida.
It is serious. Anyway, I was going to share with you a fun fact. I've discovered a natural energy drink. Just hear me out.
Sina shida na kusikiza.
Just hear me out kwanza. Wasikia kabla uanze mbaya juu nakujua. Baobab. Baobab powder and water, just like that, like you just dissolve it like that, like it's good. But now it's like to like give it kidogo gist, I like to blend mine with ice. Then now it comes out with like, so unaona kama venye KFC crushers ukikunywa hiyo nini na kujanga na hiyo like the already crushed ice but into very small particles hivyo. Nikienda
KFC wasioda hiyo but tuendelee.
But you know what I mean. No one nimesema. That's why nimeanza with petitioning you. Please hear me out. Then now, when you blend it, then now with ice, like now the baobab powder, the water, and then with ice, blend it, alafu unaikunywa hivyo. Oh my God. I always need a Red Bull every time when need. Najua unataka kwanza mbaya.
Baobab si ile mti. Si ni mti, baobab. It's a tree.
Ile nini ya mabuyu.
Oh. Sawa.
Nini?
No, I just wanted to say, kwanza kwa nakula miti huko nje unakunywa mti but tadele.
Guy, hapo hujanisha poa. That is fine. Guy. Sawa. Hii sitasahau. Hii utalipa.
Mbona unakunywa miti
baby? Si ndo nakwambia ni natural energy drink. Like as in leo, see you always see the way when we are on set I always at least one can. Mna leo hata sijatafuta na niko tu sawa.
Ili discoverwa Kericho. Ni Kericho ndio kuli.
Hiyo ni baobab iko Mombasa. Like that's a enyewe. Acha tu nikuache.
Baobab iko Mombasa.
Mabuyu.
Panabuyu. Yeah, okay. But does it mean that the trees from Mombasa is okay?
Yeah, baobab trees sinizo zinakwanga kuboko zinakwanga Kilifi. Jehova. Unaona sasa kuto observe nature ungekuwa unajua hizi vitu. Nikwambia utalipa. Anyway. So today,
yes.
We've shot 8 episodes. Correct. So far. This is our 9th episode.
Yes.
Oh my God, we're almost coming to episode 10. Clap for us for the consistency, guys. Clap for us in the comments. I want us to answer several questions that came up in the various episodes, you know, because they were one moja hivi. You know, we keep telling guys that if you have a question, please post it and then we'll answer it and whatnot. So I have a compilation of the questions of that. Don't worry, it's not like the ones for episode 1. You remember the ones for episode 1?
Atifa sijui ningeenda mass. Atifa you have to go to mass. What will you carry?
Anyway. See, so this time at least to may evolve. Okay, there are more
zombie apocalypse. God, that means towers. But anyway, proceed.
At least ulikuwa lucky ulikuwa unajua zombie apocalypse so.
Bana nilisoma.
Pole.
Hata kama ni ushago.
Hakuna mwenye ameuliza ulisoma wapi? Ulisoma.
Tulisoma huko.
Na tuko hapa na wewe bado.
Tulianza Nairobi tukapeleka huko ushago kidogo lakini sasa tuko na
best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
Okay. So, let's get into it. What inspired Hansen and Val to start the Wide podcast?
Okay. Hey, okay, would you take that one?
Yes.
Okay, take that one.
I think what inspired us is, we had talked about it also on the first episode. It's more educating and providing information about stuff that people ideally should know about the law and how the law merges into your everyday life, like how it affects your everyday life. And it's also been like a passion point for both of us, like wanting to do this, like to podcast. So like we found like a great synergy between one, the careers that we are in, and the passion for this particular space. Because for everyone who knows me knows that I've wanted to be a creator for the longest time. What I'm creating is the part that I wasn't very clear
I
on.
wanted to be a creator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kwa nini nimesema?
Ikwangi creative?
See, a creator, like content creator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can say a creator, a creative, digital marketer, digital creative. Nini? Many ways to skin a cat.
Okay.
Ulikuwa unataka kunitoanisha, si ndio?
Let's skin the cat. Proceed.
Okay. Yeah, so it was a passion point, and just like being able to engage people and understand and help people understand like the few or the different parts of the law and how they affect their everyday life. You know, like there are some things, like as you have seen in all the other episodes, the things that we have touched on. You're going to the bank to omba a loan, what do you need to know? You want to invest some money, what do you need to know? You know, this information, yes, in as much as it is openly available, it's not been broken down in a way that a lay person who is not a lawyer can understand. And that's the gap that we are looking to bridge.
And also to bring fun while doing it.
Yes, especially
entertain everyone. We're here to have fun. Life, fun, business, and
everything in between.
That's what
and
we're
life.
About. Yes. Yes.
And when we discover new things like the baobab water, you know, we share. Try it. Aki, please, can somebody just try it? Ukuje tu siku tatu uniambie what it's like. It's a thing for real. Unajua unasema tu lakini wewe huwezi jaribu.
Mimi mbona nikunye miti? Mzungu alileta Red Bull. Mzungu amesoma huko kote atuletee Red Bull, utakuletea nikuje miti.
And that's a more natural nini. So huwezi. Na unajua si unakulaga mabuyu? Okay. Niendelee?
Niendelee.
Umeona utachoma.
Endelea.
This is interesting. What's one surprising fact about our host that came up in the first episode? Like now, I think this one, we are supposed to say what surprised you about me when we were shooting the first episode. And then vice versa.
What surprised me about you? You go first.
Kwa nini mimi si nimego first hiyo ingine?
Asu go to first, ladies first.
Mimi sikuwa najua unapenda Elon Musk your design. Like I don't know. Like I didn't know like you are sitaki kuita groupie. Should I say a fan? Si nimesema fan. Nimesema fan. Hey, naona tukaenda leo nyumbani kama tumekasirikiana at this rate. For me, it was the Elon Musk part. I didn't know that you like Elon Musk that much. All the other things, I kind of sort of knew. The Elon Musk part is the one that surprised me the most.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything that surprised me about you on that day.
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
No, it's because all the answers look like you.
Ati? All the answers?
Because nakatu kitu unaweza fanya.
Kama nini?
For instance, you know, first of all, I think we need to put the record straight. Hizo maswali ni wewe ndio ulileta. Hizo mazombie apocalypse sijui nini zilikuwa zinakukaa tu, unaona? So they just sounded like things that you'd ask, things that would come from you, and that's why even when you asked me to go first, I was just like, if I skim through, I don't think there's anything that comes into my mind that I'd say was new about you on that from episode 1.
Okay.
I felt like you've been in your element through and through. This is your space.
Yeah. Right.
So nothing comes as a surprise, at least from this side of the podcasts.
That sounds feels like one of those situations where someone tells you something, it was meant to insult you, but you don't realize it at the time. Alafu, sijasema hivyo, sijasema it's one of sijasema watu unakuja na violence, lakini hiyo statement ina sound ile yenye depending on your mood, ukifikiria vizuri either ni compliment ama unani diss
kulingana na vile nimekaa. No, but this is a compliment. Yeah, this is your space. I feel like there's really nothing that is
surprising.
That is surprising.
Okay. Higher. Next. True or false? Trusts are only useful for the wealthy. Explain.
No. False. False because at the end of the day, we all work hard to get something for our children. And the aim, when you look at that particular episode, we were doing trusts to tell people, let's try and avoid succession. Most people really work hard to wait until they die, hide properties from their children. They don't want their children to know what they own just because wataharibika. That, and you end up passing down an inheritance and not value, and that inheritance will be sold, or people will not understand the value of what you're leaving them with, because they have not interacted with that particular asset or inheritance before it was passed down, and they don't understand how to manage it, they don't understand how to work on it. So I believe it does not matter how much property you have, but you can only set up a trust. And whatever asset you have, it must not even be land. The way people think that you must have land to pass down. It can be a financial portfolio. It can be a bank account. It can be put in the trust, and that trust manages that account. So I don't believe it should be looked at as something that should be a reserve for the rich. No, I don't believe so.
Anyone
can do it.
Yeah. And I think I agree with that, because like such complex structures, usually someone hears something like that and they see that I don't have this kind of wealth to put sana nafungua trust ya kazi gani. But imagine you're still alive, you're still working, you still have assets, no matter how little they are. The essence of that entity is to protect them for the people that you love in the event of your demise. So I think like it shouldn't, certain structures shouldn't be looked at as it is only meant for the rich. Hata when na hiyo gari yako, even if you're thinking about it, like maybe all I own as an asset is a car, and maybe a few shares in certain companies. Those shares and that particular car can be registered under your trust, such that in future, if something was to happen to you, someone else cannot come and drive away with your car in the name of ilikuwa ya mtu wetu, blah, 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 because those are things that happen a lot. So at least the people who are supposed to benefit from the trust are the ones who end up being the beneficiaries. Yeah, so it's not, don't look at like the size or like the amount of assets that you have to determine whether you can get a trust or not. As you continue to amass, you utaenda tu kizieka tu pole pole.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What's one key benefit of setting up a family trust?
My opinion would be it assists families to pass down value down to more generations as compared to when it comes to succession. Yeah.
That's the primary, like
yes.
the
pass down proper value. Don't pass down inheritance. So because it gives you a chance to direct these assets to the farthest generation that it can get here.
Yeah. And then that way also it's like may I look at it as a form of preservation, as a form of like family assets preservation.
Yes.
Because then now if if the assets are under an irrevocable, right?
Yeah, let's stick to the family. It could be family irrevocable.
Yeah. But the family trust, at least that if we do the family trust only because that's what the question is like specific to, with the family trust, I also see the essence of like the preservation of the estate, of the assets.
Family.
Within the family, so that the family is the one to benefit.
Yes.
But once you tie that, the preservation plus also being able to pass down value, at least your sustainability, like it's something that can continue to grow. What's the biggest challenge diasporians face when investing back home, back in Kenya? Yes.
Trust deficit.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge. It's not even in the assets that you invest in.
Fix the trust, fix the investment.
If you can have a lucrative investment somewhere, but if you do not trust the person who is supposed to do it for you, it is a problem.
If you do not trust the right person, not if you do not trust because people trust the people that they give the business.
Okay.
But they don't trust
the right person. People.
And we said that it is important to get a professional. So because of the trust deficit, they end up losing. Either they're skeptical of investment because they do not know if this person is for them. But the most important thing is you need to find the right people to work with. And I always insist, if you're buying anything while you're outside the country, consult a lawyer.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. For more information on that one, we did a very, very detailed episode on that. That is episode 3, if I'm not wrong. Episode 3.
Yeah.
3, 4 Apple. But there's a very detailed episode on that,
Yeah.
where you can get more information on why it is important to have a lawyer on board, and the risk that you run for not hiring one. So at least I think once you watch that, it will make a bit more sense for you. Then, next, can you name a key piece of advice Hansen and Val shared for diasporans looking to invest? So, piece of advice, I think it's what you've talked about. I think they're the same. On trust. Like, you need who you trust determines whether your investment actually works out or not.
Correct.
Yeah. So those two, they go together.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting one. I know you like this one. What's one red flag to watch out for in an employment contract?
Oof. Okay.
Mpaka umesmile.
If they're saying, and this, I'll use this because I've seen it within my spaces. If they say you're going to be traveling every now and then, or you'll be required to travel, and they've not said where and how they're going to facilitate that travel, that's a red flag.
In what way?
In the sense that they'll tell you to travel, then they'll tell you you're paying your salary. Would that salary be part? First of all, where are you traveling to? Because your contract needs to say, if you're traveling, where you'll be traveling to and the locations you'll be going to. Number 2, if at all you're negotiating your contract and they're not saying where you'll travel and they're saying you're going to travel, and they're not going to say how they facilitate that particular travel, are they saying that your salary is the one that is going to facilitate that travel?
Okay. Like when that is not clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in an employment, make sure if there's traveling involved, that is properly
Catered for.
in that particular contract. Then number 2, as I always say, make sure that housing bit.
Yeah.
They expressly say that the salary is inclusive of housing, or they give you a housing allowance. So those are some of the 2, let me not call them red flags, but some of the things that you can note. Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, I'd also point out the same. I'd look at it from a different angle. A big red flag in employment is not having a contract in the first place.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Like
a good
the
one.
fact that you just know you've gotten the job. You know you are starting on this day. Umeambiwa tunafungwanga saa 2, tunaenda home 5, lunch ni 1 to 2 peke yake. But like you are aware of what you're supposed to be doing at that job, but you don't have a physical copy of a document to actually show that. For me, an employer who is not willing to give a contract to its employees, for me feels
A written
like
contract.
a written contract for me
Yes.
feels like a red flag, because what are you hiding? Because you see without a contract also, it's going to be if something was to happen, it's going to be a bit harder for me. Not that I wouldn't still be able to like take the claim to court or anything, but it will be a bit harder for me, because now it will be my word against yours.
Yeah, and and now that you brought that angle, I'd also say that if at all you sign that contract and it's also not given to you, then that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's also that. You can have
Yes.
signed one, but then they
They
didn't give you a copy for
of
yourself.
that contract. There's a red flag there. Something bad is about to happen.
Yeah. It's quite nini. It's quite because what are you hiding? If anything, I don't know why employers sometimes would hesitate to do that, because if anything, it actually protects both interests. Protects you as an employer and also me as the employee.
It's actually so interesting, because that question yesterday interacted with a similar situation that I've just mentioned. It's just that it's good that it just popped in my head right now. There was this guy who's an artist. And he came to me and he told me, hey, boss, I signed a deal with the government. They gave us contracts. And then they told us contract haipigwangi picha. Tutawapatia copy. I'm like, huh?
Yeah?
And they've not been given copies to date. So they started being paid 70K, then all of a sudden they're paid 40K, and now they're no longer being paid.
Because of course
They don't have the contract.
Yeah, because the structure of the payments should have been contained in that particular
contract, and they do not have any fallback plan. So it becomes difficult for you to say that we actually had a relationship with this person, because you see it is a contract for service, not a contract of service. So that contract is very important.
Make sure you have one.
And then when you're in employment or you're being told be creative when there is a shortage of
resources at the workplace,
a staff specifically. Somebody resigns and then you're being told find a way to get the job done, and you've not negotiated another contract.
And me, I usually feel like the minute you become that person who are creative, then the resources will never be provided, because you found a way that time. Even now, you'll find a way. Correct. Which also now like just creates like a toxic work environment for yourself. I agree. Higher. Next. Why is it so important to discuss debt with your spouse?
Okay.
Unajua wewe ndio uko na spouse. Mi bado nina tick single. So wewe ndio utuambie hiyo. Wewe utuambie hiyo.
The reason why it's important is because in my book I feel like money is one of the most emotive subjects when it comes to a union of a marriage between a man and a woman. When you are not open about your finances, when you're not financially naked, there's a problem. And allow me, again, as I said, to go back to the Bible. The book of Genesis says that Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden. They were naked and they felt no shame. So how I interpret that particular part of Genesis is that nakedness is just not physical nakedness, but I believe you should be naked financially, you should be naked, of course, physically.
Muhimu.
Very
Emotionally.
And the moment you do that, there's no shame. When, at least to that extent, of course, when you read further, there was a time when shame came, but let me not go into that point. But basically, shame, they realized they were naked and they felt shame when they did what God did not tell them to do.
I get.
Because when they ate the fruit, the forbidden fruit, they realized they were naked, and that time shame came in, and they started looking for leaves or something to cover themselves up. If you do not get financially naked with your partner, you're going to need to find leaves to cover yourself up from the shame.
Hey, Pastor Hudson.
Amen?
Hey, that's a wholesome one right there. That's a wholesome one right there.
Yes.
Ndio maana ukulangi apples, uko na PTSD ya kutoka kutoka Garden of Silikwambia ndakupata. Silikwambia.
When I'm deadly. Yoni PTSD ya Eden hiyo. Watu walifanya. Sasa wewe imagine tungekuwa huko. There's an episode they said, imagine tungekuwa Eden sahi. Niko tuna tiger hapo, tunapiga story, tunatembea na tiger.
Una swim.
Na swim tu hapo. So unajua uko bolingo na ngai na ujali.
Uko tu sawa. Una stress.
Naenda aire.
Naenda hivi from one corner to the next, after na mabishi zako huko. Amen.
Tutarudi.
Hivi karibuni.
Tutakuwa pale kwenye asali. Unajua nishaanza kuomba Mungu sasa. Last time, I think it was the last episode of the other one.
The other one.
Nishaanza kuomba Mungu, ambia Mungu nikubali ningie na nguruwe kwa
hekalu.
Wewe unanipatia asali
ya kumarinate.
Kazi yangu tu ni kupika na kuziglaze.
Japo kwa maziwa pia outside.
Maziwa nje, lakini asali iko huko.
Asali ya kumarinate nini pork.
Iko sawa.
Na kuna maji crystal clear water hivi from the river yenye unaweza kunywa, so ni sawa, hata uhitaji hiyo maziwa. Tusiende down that rabbit hole. Oh my God. Discuss financial habits. Do financial habits impact a relationship as much as people think, and why?
Okay, I think you can start off on that one.
Mambo ni moto. Absolutely, yes. Finances do affect a relationship. And I say that not even I did that part for like, you know, you're living together and what. Because not everybody actually has the desire to actually like formalize and get married. Nanini. Some are actually okay just like being in a long-term, lifelong relationship. The people who are okay with that. So may I see finances impacting it even from the very beginning, dating. For you to take a chick out, for you to take a babe out, kuna pesa utatumia mahali. Doesn't even have to be an expensive date, by the way, as in I know when I say that, someone might think like, okay, paying for a restaurant or like something like that. It doesn't have to be expensive like that, but just generally money is involved. For you to move from wherever you are at to go to see that chick, for you to fuel your, hata kama mnaenda Uhuru Park. Sinikwambia by the last time Uhuru Park ilirenovatiwa.
Place moja safi sana.
Kama mnaenda Uhuru Park. Kwani hizo manini, like I understand they have like small like kiosks where they can sell food na nini hapo. When you go to buy that food, ama when you carry your own, so you've spent money. They do impact a relationship on that, like all through money inapitia mahali hapo katikati. The second impact that I usually see is in instances where like the parties are not like financially nisemaje, equally yoked. Like awako the same nini level. You can find that the guy is like extremely wealthy and the chick is just okay. But or vice versa also. You see, it also happens in both ninis. The expectations of the what am I trying to say? The expectations of the chick, of the guy will be different because of the status of his wealth compared to someone else. No, as in, look at it like this. Like, if right now, your wife can't tell you, ukiambia, babe, I want to take you on a like date night. Where do you want us to go? We should take like a weekend getaway. Where do you want us to go? Hata kwambia Dubai. Na munenda, unasema hivyo Wednesday na munenda Friday. Unaona? Sanya Dangote, jako na private jet, demi yake akimuuliza kitu kama hiyo, ya anaweza sema Dubai na hello captain, please prep the plane for Friday. Na waende. You get? That's what I mean. Like the expectations and the dynamics are different. So I feel like, okay, just picture that scenario for real. Anakwambia hivyo, alafu anakwambia akisunipeleke Dubai this weekend. So that's the look and unampatia like, uko serious? This weekend? Niambie in 2 months, in 3 months to save tuende sawa. This weekend. But kuna mtu mwingine, iyo this weekend ni sawa. Like, it's okay, just pack your bags.
Yeah, to that extent, you're making a lot of sense. It actually impacts. How I interpreted that question was, if at all you are not open, just like I said, with your finances. And I know different households, different relationships, different money strategies.
Yeah.
But one constant thing that I believe saves a lot of issues is, if at all you are financially, as I said, naked, there is sometimes it manages expectations.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Yeah.
Once you say hapa ndio niko na ni ukweli hapa ndio niko, kuna expectations zitakuwa managed, not entirely, but it reduce frustration kidogo.
Yeah. And I feel
but
like
they actually affect. It is, I don't say matidoi affect relationships.
Kila mahali. Because unajua tena, seme for example, an instance kama you're in a relationship, maybe you're used to, when you were starting out in the relationship, he put you through a different like lifestyle. You know, there's a way he used to treat you na nini. Alikuwa na kakitu your time. And then something happens, makosa ifanyike, kazi ishe, ama biashara iko in a struggle or something like that. Then now money is a bit tight. You see. So if that was your love language, like being serenaded with gifts and trips and like dinners, na nini, and then all of a sudden that is not there, then now as the chick you start to feel like, this person doesn't care about me, this person does not love me because they stopped doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But really the reality of the matter is, had he been honest, amwambie we nakula ngumu saizi, biz is not doing well, ama.
So in this case, this guy was not honest.
That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm trying to demonstrate that the part that honesty plays. Because we see now, if you used to take me out, Friday used to be like date night. You take me out for dinner, I pick the restaurant, Saturday we go on a drive, Sunday we do brunch. during the week you send me breakfast every day in the office, you send me flowers, you take me out on coffee dates, what our friends is
And
having
human beings are creatures of habit. Ushazoea.
Unajua Monday ukipakingi ukienda dini kama unapakua lunch ubebi breakfast unajua babes atasort. Friday unajua you don't make plans with your friends because you know it's date night, you see. And then now something like that all of a sudden, see now as the guy, because also there's also this ego thing that men usually have. Also as the guy you're just like, hey man, I can't tell my chick that niko down na hapa ndio, this is how I got her by doing this. By trying to protect your ego, you put your relationship at risk at the end of the day. Because you see, if you had just been honest, you don't even have to go into the nitty-gritties of squeezing nakatwa 40,000 juu nilichukua loan sijui what. You just say like, hey look, right now there's something I'm doing, or finances are tight because the business is struggling. I needed to take out a loan to support the business. That's why we are not doing this and this and this. But when things get back up, I will, you know, we will tarudi hapo. Sasa hapo as the chick wewe stand could decide. Kama unajua hapo, that's why I feel like it's like a loyalty test of some sort. So you see now, by being honest like that, at least even you as the guy, you take a lot of pressure off of yourself. You know, because then now ikifika you take a bit of pressure off of yourself, yes. A bit, yes. Because it's now you're not hiding. Si hala Hansen huku tuko dinner like unaangalia hivi bili imekuja 7,000 na kwa na 4K M-Pesa na bado lazima ufuel gari. Sasa inabidi tu unaandikia Hansen, don't ask me too many questions, please send me 5K, we'll talk tomorrow. Hivyo. Na saying like it also ends up making you expose your business so much because now Hansen is involved also. Kosa nilihave kupigia Hansen mwambie asiniulize maswali mingi anitumia 5,000. Si eventually nikimrudishia atanuza buda kwani kulifanyika nini?
Kama utamrudishia juu sasa
unaona that is kama now sasa you might need to start dodging Hansen juu pia tena una do ya kumrudishia. Yeah, it does affect.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Hapo umeagree?
No, I agree. It does affect. Being open sometimes is most times.
No, it's the best thing. Yeah. Kama mbaya venye kutenda but at least umesema ukweli.
But ngangana manzeka unaweza pataka kitu pange, but jua mtu wako. Manage expectations zako. Usikuje kupatia mtu mwanaume wa mtu pressure ama msichana mtu pressure.
Bure tu. Juu ya Hey, that one, the discussions on like that topic. Yes. I could talk about it for hours. Higher next. What common legal injustice do people face when it comes to inheritance, and how can families avoid such disputes?
I think we kind of answered that. I'd say some of the injustices are, if at all you come from a family of all girls, most times in the African setup, you will not be entitled to an inheritance. They'll be like, huyu ataoleka aende huko pate family ingine. So trusts maintain that particular value within the family. It doesn't matter the gender.
Yeah. So it ties back to the same thing, correct. The trust part.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this one's like another one I'm seeing here is a fun fact about the host that you learned during the first episode. You tumesha answer yes. You know.
Yeah.
When I am setting up a business in Kenya, what is the key legal step to consider? Yeah, do you? What is the key legal step to consider when setting up a business in Kenya?
Good. When you're setting up a business in Kenya, there's an episode you did. Yeah, I think that came from episode 9?
8. 8.
Mahali hapo. Watch it na nani. Utaipata
hapo mahali.
But in a nutshell, it will of course heavily be dependent on the kind of business you're investing in here in the country. And that will determine how we structure.
Yeah.
If you're coming in as an NGO of some sort, we can do a company limited by guarantee. It's a quicker way to go around the NGO registration process. If at all you are doing you are
right. You're right.
Something, just an idea. It's episode 8.
It's episode 8.
Yes. Because this
is 9. Na literally tumeanzisha the episode tukisema this is episode 9 where we are answering questions between episode 1 and 8.
Yeah. Poleni guys. That's what hit me. Yeah. So it will depend with the kind of
ungekunywa baobab wote ungekuwa na hiyo stress. Na venye mimi nimechangamka.
Mimi.
Endelea.
Yeah. So if it's a limited company by shares, Then of course you need a Kenyan, a local secretary or director to help you do changes. But you can also do it as a foreigner. It's just that the requirements
Are different.
are a little bit different. You
Yeah.
need a permit. There should be a Class G permit to show that you are an investor. It can be more expensive as opposed to having a country director who's Kenyan to handle such kind of business for you.
Yeah.
So when you are a foreigner, I'd say please consult an advocate, a Kenyan advocate,
Yes.
to assist you structure that.
Yeah.
We can't give a straight answer to such a question because your needs are going to determine the kind of structure we'll come up with.
And it's business specific. Certain
Yes.
things apply to certain businesses, and certain
businesses.
things don't
Yes,
apply.
yes.
So whoever asked that question need to expound
Yeah,
more on that.
Or watch episode 8, maybe you'll pick something.
Yeah. But if you need any further information, of course, you're always welcome to reach us.
Yeah. Shoot us an inbox on our socials, on our emails, on our website. Our email is there.
Yes.
We'll be able to assist you.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Unless you have a question for me. Do you? I think that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Watu wako na maswali mingi sana.
Mingi nizo general, but the ones, because you see right now we've just handled the questions. The ones that we get a lot are the comments when people want experts on their DNA. Want experts like, okay, this is a good area. Can we get an expert on this? The one that we've asked, we've been getting a lot is actually on investment. Like we can get like different people. Remember that episode we did and we just touched on rates. If it juju.
Yes.
Can get a good financial analyst, someone who has actually had some experience in that area to come and do that. And that is the plan that we have for season 2. Season 2, we have some
jambos.
Some very great things planned for you guys. So
I think, sorry, just finish.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was going to say that, a lot of that will be covered in season 2 because we only have 1 episode left.
Yeah,
na
that's
lazima
what I would
tupange mikakati ya
Yes.
get you like the best information.
Yes. So there's 1 episode left for season 1.
Yeah.
So the next episode will be episode 10,
Yeah.
where we'll do things a little bit different.
Yes.
We hope it will be more exciting than
I'm so excited.
what it's been like.
Yeah.
But just to usher in what season 2 would look like, and not to preempt.
Yeah.
I think would let's wait and see how.
Let's wait and see. Yeah. So that we all discover this together. I mean, the things that we have learned like thus far in production. Shall write a book about it one day.
Yeah.
Shall write a book about it one day. But we are still bado tunapanga mikakati to get experts to come on the show, but that will be in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasa any other thing? Uko na swali? Kwangu.
Kwani mimi nimekuwa nikikuuliza maswali.
No, like sasa wewe.
Personally.
Hii ilikuwa ya
nini? Personally. Acha tu niwache. Nilikuwa nataka kukurushia.
Wachana nayo. Wachana nayo.
Thank you guys so
Utaharibu
much.
maneno hapa. Kumekuwa na level of decorum. Naona ni kama unataka kukosea audience heshima hapa.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share this video as far and wide as possible. You can also see what I did there, far and wide as possible.
Check it. Yes.
Follow us on our social media accounts at The Wide Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.